Mr. Bajpayi, thank you very much for joining us, and I promise we're going to keep it a pure technology discussion today. But good to have you on NDTV Profit. For those of our viewers who are still trying to understand the technological differences that Reliance Jio is bringing to the table, describe the tech approach that Reliance Jio is adopting.
So Madhvi, as far as the technology approach for the Reliance Jio is concerned, we have built up a heterogeneous network. And when we say the heterogeneous network, we have used LTE technology for the access. We have also used Wi-Fi technology for the access, and we are also using FTTX technology for the access. And all these access technologies are getting aggregated and through our IP/MPLS network, which is a very high capacity IP/MPLS network, and coming to the converged core network. And therefore, the customer will have the benefit of availing all type of the technology and all type of the services. And the primary services on which we are going to offer to our esteemed customers are VVM services, which means the Volte high definition voice, high definition video, high definition messaging, and then HSI, that is a high speed internet services, which means our network will be super fast, almost 70 to 80 times much faster than the present average speed customer is getting in the market and from the existing operator. And then on voice over Wi-Fi also, I mean, we are the first one to offer the voice over Wi-Fi, wherein the customer can seamlessly roam between the LTE network and voice over Wi-Fi.
You know, many experts say that Volte has a device ecosystem challenge currently. How are you tackling that, Mr. Bajpayi?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, we in the market there are, I think, close to 300 devices in Indian market itself which are Volte enabled out of the 4G handsets, 4G devices. So around 300 category and models are already Volte enabled. But in addition to that, what we have built up, we have innovated a product we called Jio Join app. So even if the customer is holding a 2G, 3G phone, not even a 4G device, but if he can download my Jio Join product in his 2G, 3G phone, and if he can buy my SIM along with a small MiFi router. So if he is making any calls from his phone, which is non-Jio phone, to any other mobile landline nationally or internationally, that call will be routed through our network, and he will avail the quality of the Volte services as well as the high throughput data services. So that way we can reach to each and every customer, even if he is not holding a 4G or Volte enabled devices.
Fair enough, but to add to that, you have your own Reliance branded 4G Volte handsets. How many products are we talking about in the Life portfolio? Life being, you know, the Reliance branded handsets.
Yeah, as you know that initially the ecosystem of the devices was not very deep in LTE and Volte and voice over Wi-Fi. Therefore, we decided, the company took a call that we will have our own devices, and that is how the Life was conceived. And Life is one phone which is not only voice Volte enabled, not only the voice over Wi-Fi enabled, but here the call setup time is extremely fast. I mean, in 0.25 seconds the call can be set up through Life phones, and you will get high definitions voice, you will get high definitions video, and also the switch over between the voice and video is feasible on the Life phone. The video conferencing is possible. So all these features are not available in most of the Volte enabled handset available in the market, and therefore we brought in that this live phone, which we think is having a good product and good potential to provide the data centric as well as the voice centric services to our beloved customers.
So you're saying, sir, that the service is optimal on your live branded phones. But, you know, it's important that there be compatibility with other handsets as well. So what's the progress on that front? What are you doing at Reliance Jio to achieve that compatibility?
Yeah, actually we have tested all the top brands in our network, such as iPhones, and iPhone 6 onwards are Volte enabled, and we have tested most of the models of the Samsung. We have tested most of the models of other good handset manufacturers. So most of them are getting Volte enabled. I mean, if they are not enabled, so they over the air they are developing an image and software and loading it. So sooner this bandwidth of the devices will get enlarged, and most of the the devices will get 4G enabled. And as I mentioned in the past, that even if the 4G enabled phones are not available with the customer and he is having a legacy 2G and 3G device, he can always avail the facility of the 4G and LTE services by using our JioJoin app.
Okay, now I want to actually come to the fundamental question, because what we've been using is the term Volte, and we've talked about what Reliance Jio is doing, but in conceptual terms, just explain to our viewers why Volte. I mean, what's the inherent advantage of voice over LTE? Yeah, so
Volte, the first thing which is associated with the Volte is the guaranteed quality of voice. See, we have been we have experienced the voice quality of existing operators offered in the 2G and 3G platform. We have also experienced the voice quality in our wireline and landline phones. So the Volte quality is going to be in par or a little better than the wireline phones, wherein a parameter called the MAS, the mean opinion score, which we are going to offer is 4, which is in par or a little better than the landline phones, and the 3G and 2G phones are not even able to deliver a MAS value of 3.2. So the quality is a first budge. That's a high definition quality which the customer is going to experience through Volte.
And is Volte, a cheaper option as well? I mean, does it guarantee cheaper tariffs?
See, on tariff, still the company has not come out with any plans, but definitely it will be competitive. There is no doubt on that, because our commitment is the accessibility to the each and every citizen as well as the affordability. So accessibility coupled with affordability is the mission of my company, and we will work on that.
Coverage limitations, because there's been feedback, Mr. Bajpayi, that there are coverage issues, particularly, for example, inside buildings. And, you've, I'm sure, got this feedback as well. Are those issues being ironed out as we speak at Reliance Jio?
That's correct, ma'am. And see, our target is the day we will launch. I mean, see, the beta launch is already done, and around 5 lakhs of our own internal customers are using this network for different type of the products. So somewhere, wherever we are getting some coverage holes, we are fixing it up. So our target is to demonstrate to the customer that we are having a coverage leadership, and for that we have gone for the multi-band network deployment. Initially we had 23 megahertz deployment, then we took the spectrum on 1800 megahertz, and we also purchased the spectrum on 850 megahertz. So and the 850 megahertz or 18 megahertz are mainly to increase my coverage gaps because the propagation characteristic of 23 megahertz is such that it doesn't penetrate to wall. But now with all these three multi-band, and also we have deployed 500,000, we are going to deploy 500,000 small cell. We are going to provide a coverage leadership in all the markets wherever we are going to launch our services.
Okay, so you're promising coverage leadership. Once consumers are out there actually testing the service, we'll get the verdict. So you're saying basically, you're assuring at this stage, there'll be no gaps, Mr. Bajpayi, in national and international roaming?
Absolutely, ma'am, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm going to ask the question that I have to ask. What happens next? When can regular consumers get to really sample the Reliance Jio service?
Yeah, I think the chairman of the company has already indicated the dates during the media conversations. So we stick to that.
Well, I'm going to leave it at that. Mr. Bajpayi, look forward to speaking with you again. And thank you very much for joining us on NDTV Profit today.
Thank you. Thank you, Manvi, very much.